The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by BTC, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, the Cleveland Clinic, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
The Tuesday, March 14th edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. You know, it's Tuesday, so we will have the Freeport Report. We will check in with Ground Bahama in short order. And don't forget the supplement each and every Tuesday in The Guardian. All right, you got the Ground Bahama news on the inside. All right, but before we get in, I got to open it up for you. Phone lines are open, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Phone lines are open. Text lines powered by BTC 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. BTC Flow Channel 612. Cable Channel 969. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on. Now, before I hit you with your trivia today, listen. For my KFC lovers, all right? Here's the deal, all right? I know a lot of y'all been hitting me up. I know you heard the commercial yesterday, and it's kind of gone viral already. But we trying to determine, me and my boy Das Craig, we got this little bet going on. When it comes to KFC, what's more popping? Original recipe or spicy? Now, you know me. I'm down with original. I'm an OG. I'm down with the 11 herbs and spicy. You know me, the 11 herbs got me. You understand what I'm saying? And my boy Das Craig doing big things, but he's a spicy come lately. See, the one thing about KFC is tradition is original. When Hall and Sanders made it up, when the Colonel made it up, it was what? Original recipe. 11 herbs. And that went viral. From a gas station, it went viral. It went to the world. And what took it to the world? Original recipe. What was birthed out of original recipe? Everything else on the menu. All the sides go better with original recipe. All the hybrids of original, the spicy, the extra crispy, man. They are a derivative of the original. There's only one. It's the original of the KFC. So listen, do me a favor. Caller, I see you. I coming to you right now. Hit up the KFC Facebook page, KFC Nassau Facebook page. Click on like for original for your boy Naughty. You know what I mean? If you're down with original, if you're down with spicy, then roll with Das Square, it's all good. But I'll tell you one thing. Das Square ain't got the hookup for you like I got the hookup for you. And starting tomorrow, I'm going to be giving away some KFC sandwiches. All right, the pillow sandwiches. A huge sandwich like the KFC pillows. They look just like your favorite original recipe. All right, the Colonel's Choice chicken sandwich. Yes. And I got T-shirts. I got beach bags. I got shades. I got gift cards, all courtesy of KFC to hook it up. All you got to do is vote original. And I'll tell you how to vote original, and I'll tell you how to win. All you got to do is keep that lock right here, 4 to 6 in the afternoons, all right? And probably have that square on tomorrow so we could chop it up. But that's my boy, but he's a spicy come lately. Original recipe or nothing. Text, I could tell you need, anyway, you have issues, text. I know this number. You're eating too much spicy, that's why your trivia answer's always wrong. See, if you try original, you might be right. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Naughty, what's up, man?
Hey, what's happening, my brother?
Listen, man. First of all, you got to be original. I don't mean that no more, but you got to be original. Right?
Boom. That's it. That's
because everything else is a copy. Plus, all that stuff is just bread, and all that spicy stuff is just bread. But, you know, I got to correct you in one thing. Colonel Sanders did not invent the recipe. He got that from a black woman. That's why it still tastes so good, and that's why we love it to this day. All right?
Well, he actually, in later years, made sure to compensate her for said recipe.
Yeah.
So that's why
so,
we didn't say it. But of course, you know, if you look at Jack Daniels, you know who the original recipe was there.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't in Lynchburg, I'll tell you that much.
Well, you know, original things come from original people. That's how that goes.
Boom.
But anyway, but listen, another thing, too. Let me say this today, big time. Shout out to our boy, rest in peace, Graham.
Boy.
Graham passed away last week.
Man, let me tell you, I had to build up the moxie to talk about it. I still don't think I can pull it off on the air without holding it together. I'm prepping for the funeral because, you know, the family has asked me to talk on behalf of our graduating class, and it is my honor to do so. I hate to have to talk to eulogize my friend like that, but Graham was a great dude, man. And one thing that I really...
Speaking about original, Graham was an original.
Oh, yeah, from school time. For school time. Oh, God. See, me, this man is any guy's alive. We've been linked to every last of the roll call in St. Andrew's history. That's my boy. We've been kindred spirits from then. Kapunkel up last name, Kong salad, mixed right up, you know, international flavor.
Listen. You and Graham is the first two dudes who get me to stop talking bad, but St. Andrew's.
Well, I appreciate that.
Too cool. Y'all might be the only two cool dudes like
well, there you go. You know, we do produce. We do produce. Maybe in small increments, but we do produce.
Yeah, but rest in peace, Starboy, you know?
Yeah, real good dude. And one thing, you know, as my career progressed, I was always in my circle, like somebody from day one who, regardless of it, was always there as a great sounding board and a friend, man. I'm really going to miss him.
For real.
My thoughts and prayers go out to his family and everything.
And God strengthen you as you got to talk for all us. You know
yeah, man. Y'all just hold me up when I'm there, man.
Definitely.
Somebody make sure I have some Jack and Coke outside of the church. I just to be real.
You know his land, right?
Yeah, well, you know, we might have to break it one day, just one day, and go to confession, you know.
My brother, all the best.
Thanks, my brother. Good to hear from you. Be safe. We talk soon. All right, let me check some of the text lines, man. Your text is cool, eh? No, we that one over here is unique. The recipe we have here is unique. And we got a flavor, baby. Yeah. What about barbecue? No, that's a whole different option because then you got the variations of barbecues. That's for another opinion poll. No, not Graham Weatherford. No, not Graham. One of my schoolmates, dear friend, Graham Thorderson, better known for his singing and his stage work. His mother was the late Vivica Watkins. All right, yeah, real good peoples, man. Thoughts and prayers go out to his wife, Rosa, and his family, his friends, everything. It's a rough blow. All right, Naughty, the PLP is an example of corruption. The PLP admitted to breaking the law in the last 18 months. That is corruption, referring to the Procurement Act and borrowing $200+ million from the central bank without going through the proper channels. Well, you out the gate today, Dexter, but I didn't even get to the headlines. You fired up today. I see that. Speaking of the headlines, let's get to the headlines. Who are what's making headlines in the 242, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Be sure to check them out online, finethreads.com. New arrivals in stock. You can do your shopping online, then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. The flagship store, top at Hill Mackey Street, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. Both locations available for you 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday. And, of course, like I said, you can check them out online, finethreads.com. All right. Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views of Matter since 1844. PEI Lighthouse Project still on the table. Government still considering Toby Smith's Beach Club proposal. Candia Danes, executive editor, with the story. It is important to note that the land currently proposed under the project has not been subject to any dispute or litigation. Chester Cooper. Now, I got to keep my eye on this. Toby, don't fall for it, my brother. Use my schoolmate, don't fall for it. Because both sides have been playing with your emotions on this. And remember, in the days since Cooper announced the green light for the RCI project, many observers took it as a rejection of Smith's offer and a betrayal by the Davis administration of its commitment to him. But yesterday, Cooper said in his view that both projects can coexist. Can they coexist? Maybe they can, but is Smith going to get the support he needs and the same backing with the same fervor that the RCI project is getting done? Because this still looks like a complete 180 from where you were on the election trail, Mr. Cooper. And you know you are right with me. I'm a fan of you, but at the end of the day, come on now. Y'all can't do Toby like that. You shouldn't do it, Toby, like that. PM meets with petroleum retailers, so we'll keep an eye on the outcome of that. Royal Bahamas Defense Force Marine accused of unlawful sexual intercourse with 12-year-old girl, destroyed by Artesia Davis. Dear God. Bimini primary school students allegedly beaten by police. Defense Force Marines with unlawful sexual intercourse with a 12-year-old girl, and primary school students beaten by police. What's going on with the armed branches these days in kids? A very sad note as well, too. Ed Bethel passed away at 82. Eldred Ed Bethel, whose career in broadcasting spanned decades, stretching back to pre-independence, and who became a highly regarded Bahamian diplomat, died at his Nassau home yesterday evening after a 2-year fight with lung cancer. His family confirmed he was 82. Listen, my thoughts and prayers go out to the entire family, and especially my wife's family, because that is her dear Uncle Ed. He was our dear Uncle Ed. And my thoughts and prayers go out to all of his family, all of his kids, all of his friends, all of his colleagues, and people who he made an impression on. You know, every day I thank myself, and I thank God, and I pride myself in being able to do something that I love for a living. Spike Lee always says, if you could get paid for doing what you love and make a living at doing it, you win. Well, I've always felt that I won, but I was inspired and motivated to do what I do as a career. And I can honestly say, thinking back, Ed Bethel was definitely one that inspired me. His candor, his wit, his delivery, his impeccable writing skills. And again, the candor, the way he could get things out of people that you could never imagine. Just the way he put questions. Some in hard form, some in simple form. But the delivery was always, par excellence. The cadence, one of the best. One of the best. And he will sadly be missed. And there's huge shoes to fill, again, in the broadcasting community, because we've truly lost a legend. And my thoughts and prayers go out to his whole entire family. Here in New Providence, in Grand Bahama, and throughout the Family Islands, and across the globe. Really, really sad news on hearing this. And my thoughts and prayers, like I say, remain with the family. Let's go to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Are we back to that again? All right. Okay, tell Toby he got swing like a church bell, Naughty. He was looking for a new day instead of looking forward ahead for his future. Naughty Potcake said, Menace is going to take over the F&M and tell Pintard to push out like the young people say. Naughty, get your popcorn and your Jack Daniels because this could be a movie. Yeah, but you got the popcorn, I got the Jack. But I've been talking to a lot of, from what I've been hearing from a lot of young people, man, you know, talking about Push Out, I hear they on Minister Anita. They don't want to see no part two of that movie. That's just what I'm hearing. Naughty, so Toby was asked to reapply for Crown Land Grant. Why does this sound like when you're expecting something from a government office and tell them check back? Or they tell you to check back? Boy, yeah, all I could say is this could be long. This could be long. I think some trying to save some face is what's going on here right now. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? Are we back to this? All right, yeah, okay, good. The War Room is at it again. You know, boy, you hit hot status, top status, boy. When the War Room is waste their time trying to busy out your lines. Not like the texters can't hit me. Not like you can't send me over. You know, we can start to get some voice notes going, you know. You get some voice notes going. I swear. You see that, Kermit? Every last one. Which y'all don't like me talking about, so I could talk about it some more. The PI Lighthouse Project and Toby getting swing. All right. Anyway, let's try this one more time. And if it don't work, my ego could be over the roof. Who's the big man in the business from 4 to 6 now, Kermit? Got the War Room's hot. You know what? Let's go to Grand Bahama. Let's check in with Freeport. As you know, the buzz coming at you, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. So let's find out what's buzzing in Freeport. And don't forget, John's, both locations ready to serve you Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. New arrivals every Monday and Tuesday. Full selection of workwear, full selection of fast fashions and the accessories to match. Wide selection of footwear for men, women, and kids. Formal, casual, athletic, and don't forget, small home appliances and cookware available as well at both locations. Check them out, John's Plaza Carmichael and the flagship store over there. All right. And remember, John, serving you is a pleasure. All right, let's go to Freeport. We got Sarah Kirkby, got Darren Cooper checking in. What's going on, my Freeport family? All good?
Yes, how are you, my darling?
I am fine, man. What's going on, Darren? You good?
I'm good, man. Thank you.
All right, so as we do each and every day, every Tuesday, we got the Freeport Report. We got the supplement in the Guardian, which I continue to tell you, spend the money and get the supplement because it's a good thing. And we'll let Sarah do, you know, her Pollyanna thing and bring us all the good and the happy, bubbly, effervescent news out of Freeport.
I got plenty to weigh in with you today, but first of all, I want to give you my condolences on the loss of your St. Andrew's schoolmate. We all know how that goes, so yes. I send that to you.
Thank you so much.
I also want to shout out because every Monday I tune in desperately to listen to the Abaco Report. Daphne DeGregory is one of my biggest mentors in life. She taught me the way to run businesses. She's just the neatest lady, and I love that she's so active in the community. I love hearing her and Roscoe talk about things, and they really do amazing things in Abaco, and they're working very hard. There are camaraderies and this whole thing with Dorian and recovering. So, you know, it's good to hear, and I'm so glad you give them the time to talk about everything.
Well, I think it's important that we, you know, highlight the family islands as well, you know?
Yeah, it's really great. So I thank you. And Daphne's a really cool lady. So
yeah, man, always a good conversation with Roscoe and Daphne and the rest of the
their characters. I love it. So,
Miss
so Darren
as well.
and I have to pick up the game. We got to get as good as those guys.
Boy, but I'm looking at the Grand Bahama News, man. Another step toward normal at the GBIA. Really?
Really? Yes. We got the airports open later. This is a big thing for us. You know, we're finally getting, because of daylight savings, but we do need to get our airport in the modules. They don't have to stand in the tents when these beautiful private planes come in. And they hopefully on Thursday, the DPM will be making the announcement about the airport. He did tease us in the Grand Bahama News last week that he was going to do that. So I invite everybody to come out to the Grand Bahama Business Outlook, which is on Thursday at the Grand Lacayan. There's other people speaking. I believe there's something going to be happening from Carnival, Weller, and there's a panel about the Port Authority. So I think you guys should all want to tune in and listen or show up and be there to hear what goes down.
Man, well,
yeah,
I'm listen. That's good stuff, though.
It is
later operating hours.
We need things to happen. Yeah,
small steps at first, and then big steps, and then you break off running. That's what I like.
Take it right now.
Don, what's your take on that, man?
Well, no, I'm one. I gotta see it to believe it. I'm just not gullible to just take their word anymore. So I'm one. Show it to me rather than tell me it.
Why do
And
I
then I
feel
can.
like a video may be coming at the operating hours just to make sure that they're at the right
Yeah,
time?
I want to get excited, but I'm afraid to get excited. I have to keep my excitement when real stuff actually happens. So, yeah, let me be the negative one in the room and on the chat. And I'm just going to wait until I actually see. I don't want to hear the announcements. And for me, I encourage persons to go to the Business Outlook. I had planned to go, but I changed my mind. I'm not going to spend 165 just to go hear a bunch of announcements and a bunch of talks when every year we see the same thing. And there's some real projects that's on the pipeline. And if we could do less talking and more action and really digging into these projects and seeing what is the delay, what is the hang up, what maybe and get these projects really going, give them the necessary permits, the necessary studies that's needed, and the approvals. We could.
We got down or you muted?
Oh, I don't know. I lost him. I wondered if it was you. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. I guess we lost Darren, so.
We'll get him in. But he makes a good point. I understand people do get frustrated, and he's right. But I want to hear this news. I want to hear it in person. So I will be there attending, and I invite those who can. I get 160 is a lot to come out to the event, but we've got to get Grand Bahama moving. And I think what I find that people don't do when they go to these events is they sit there and listen. I don't want them to sit there and listen. I want them to speak up and say things. I want them to question. These are the times there are going to be these great panel discussions. And if you have an issue with how things are running, or if you have an issue with things you don't like, then here's the forum for you to do it. You should be saying it at these moments. You want your island to change, you've got to speak out. So just like Daphne and Roscoe, and just like Darren and myself, you have to put yourself out there and speak about it if you want change to happen.
Well, y'all keep doing it because at the end of the day, Freeport needs the change to continue to happen.
Yes,
and the small steps are good stuff. Work finally starts on the Fishing Hole Causeway. We talked about it last week, but I guess looks like from the pictures, the work is getting out there. It's starting. Bahamas Hot Mix doing what they need to do.
It happened really quick. I don't think for me, if it wasn't for the for Mr. Smith going out there and opening the road and making it happen, then I don't think it would have it wouldn't have happened so well so quickly. And so he really made a fuss. He put himself out there. He stayed out there, made sure the work got done. And there's a lady talking about it that the chief counselor really did not have to do this, but he did. He stuck up for the people in his area. It'd been 2 months, nothing happening. It took them 4 days to properly pave the side road so that people's cars weren't getting damaged. And now they're saying it's a month to 2 months work on the actual bridge to get it repaired. But I mean, we've already lost 2 months. So it is happening, but it's just a shame it took someone to take that action. But that seems to be the way it is sometimes. And it's a bit of a shame.
When you want things done, Sarah, I believe that you have to take some drastic measures. And I think until Grand Bahama really wake up and understand that in order for us to see the rebirth and regrowth and all of these rees to our island, we're going to have to demand a little more from those that we've elected and put into the halls of parliament that we're paying a hefty salary to, and make sure that they work on our behalf. And so, yeah, it's very unfortunate that we have to at times take this type of measure. Mr. Smith took these measures, and I believe if he didn't take those type of measures, that the Fishing Road Service Road would not. Amazing to see that GBPA, who didn't see the need to pave the service road, who continues to remind us that it's not their road, was there for the press conference, was there for the photo op when the service road was actually open. Very interesting, but that's the problem that we do have now. A lot of us show up when it's camera time, but not prepared to take the necessary stands. But at the end of the day, I think the West Grand Bahama District community is very excited to know that the service road is properly done, and whatever length of time now it takes for them to be able to properly get the causeway corrected and fixed and functioning, they can do that comfortably because the service road is very usable. It's in excellent shape. And the thing about it is this, we were questioning the work on the service road and the work on the causeway, but nobody could have given us the answer until the Wednesday when the residents, along with the chief counsel, said, listen, we've had enough. we're going to open this road. They opened that road, and within hours, you saw a statement of a contract being awarded to this person, that person. And on top of that, the design of this project was not to do the service road first. It was to do the causeway. And so persons would have still been forced to use a damaged road when the stands was taken, and they said, listen, pave the service road. The causeway is open. Let's pave the service road. 4 to 5 days, the road was properly done, was open last week Friday, last week Thursday, last week Friday morning, 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people are comfortable. Work is being done on the causeway as we speak. I've been in the area of 8 Mile Rock for 2 days, yesterday and today. And I've seen action, seen movement. Equipment are being brought in every day to get it corrected. They're taking down the rails, and they're doing whatever they have to do to it. And that's encouraging. But that's only at times when we as the people take a stand and demand that we get what's necessary. So I believe Grand Bahama could get its state-of-the-art airport. I believe that Grand Bahama could get a state-of-the-art hospital. I believe Grand Bahama could get more investments passed and approved. But it takes us as a people coming together, putting aside petty politics, party politics, color, and say, listen, it's about our island, and it's about the people of our island, and we are not prepared to lose any more Grand Bahamians to any other parts of the Bahamas, and by extension, the Turks and Caicos and many others that are seeking now our laborers to come and to develop their place.
Well, as long as you let Jimmy treat it like a concert and just deal with it like that, above the rim style, I think it could be no problem. It could be well done. That's my boy from Years Without Fear. So hats off to him for doing a good job. And if anybody got the bravado to do it and the moxie to do it, it's Jimmy. You know what I mean? So I commend him on that. Like you said, putting party politics aside, at the end of the day, it's about Grand Bahamians and getting that road taken care of and the access taken care of. And hey, more, councilors should be, proactive like him. I applaud that, man. Good stuff. Not because I knew him for years. Outside of that job, well done. That's what you need.
Agreed.
But if you follow the record, you would follow the record and understand that he is the supporter of the party that's now in power. And for him to take the stand that he took, simply said, listen, it's about the people. I'm not mad with my party, but I just need my party to understand that I need you to work feverishly for my people. And they did it. They did it, and they did it in grand style. And at the end of the day, we give kudos to it being done and being done properly. And so I think Hot Mix is doing an excellent job. They were there. They worked overtime. They worked beyond time, and they were committed to getting that service road properly done. I've spent a few days out there just more, and I think it speaks to their commitment in being able to make sure that the people are properly taken care of. And so we have more companies like that. We'll be in better shape here in Grand Bahama.
It's good to see, man, and hopefully the momentum will continue.
It will if it drives that momentum, like Darren says. We all need to push. I mean, our big push for me right now is right after the airport will be the hotel. We have new hotels coming with Six Senses and hopefully others that will come on board. We're still waiting to find out what's happening with West End, but we do need to find out what's happening with the old Arlakaya, the old Holiday Inn property, the Princess. These are other things that do need to be addressed, and each successive government have promised to address these things, but they aren't getting done. And with this big RCI project, there's a story about the former Prime Minister, Hubert Minnis, talking about what was happening with the RCI deal, that they were going to take the hotel and then that got stopped. So, and they were not making them, but part of the deal was that they took our hotel on. And I still would have loved to have had RCI come to do that, to make home porting a big thing here in Grand Bahama. I think we're perfect for it. And I hope it's something that the government is looking to address as they make all these other deals.
Nadia, I'd like to say that before we do sign off, last evening there was a meeting with voters in the community of Grand Bahama with the minister, Jobed Kobe Davis. I was not at that meeting, but got plenty of reviews from that meeting. It was some over 130 plus persons in attendance to this meeting, and all of the reviews and all the feedback that I got, they spoke very highly of the minister, who came to hear concerns and to be able to look into concerns. And so kudos to Jobed Kobe Davis. I think that, if we got much more ministers like with that she's driving with and she's moving with, I think we would be in better shape. But I do want to also send a message through your show Naughty, to the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, that it's time now for him to come to Grand Bahama and to have series of meetings, because we cannot continue to operate with a dictative mentality where we're hearing things, we're seeing things, but you're not consulting like he's promised to do with the business community, with the residents. It is sad that we see in other parts of social media where the Prime Minister is going and meeting with business people, calling them in and hearing their feedback. But what happened to Grand Bahamians? The Chamber of Commerce, we're getting ready to do a whole new, elections happened. Get ready
Right, administrative officers this weekend, yeah.
Another group of leaders, and the Prime Minister yet again has come to hear the concerns of business people. Taxes, I've just been told today that you can't do customs entries unless you got a tax ID number, and you have to be in good standing with all of your government agencies. And many persons are now having a huge debate with national insurance because government now is forcing the hands of business owners to pay national insurance for the time of the pandemic, when these businesses was forced to shut down, when these businesses wasn't taking in any money. They want you now. They were paying the businesses to be closed, to pay their employees, but now they want the businesses to come back and pay national insurance for the time they were closed. Come on. And you're not getting any answers, because nobody knows the answer other than the fact that you need a tax ID number, and you have to be fully compliant with all areas and all aspects of government. These, again, are things that are slowing down, that are hindering the growth, the development, and the trade of businesses in Grand Bahama. I can't speak for other parts of the Bahamians. Went through a hurricane, went through a pandemic, and yet you're just squeezing the life out of us, because it's always something new that government is just trying. And I don't know Michael Altides, but I really think the Prime Minister look closely at him, because this method of his madness is not working for businesses at this time.
Hey, listen, what amazes me is Roscoe was on yesterday, and Daphne, and they said that the next time the Prime Minister is in Albuquerque, he needs to have a town meeting or a city hall meeting.
Yeah, I heard him say that.
And now here again in Grand Bahama, the same thing a day later. I mean,
the Chamber's been asking. They have put it in the paper. They have put it out there. They have requested several times.
I think
written to him.
I think that gets. I mean,
I've requested a meeting for business owners 3 times, and the last time I called the office of the Prime Minister, I spoke with Ms. Miriam Emanuel, who then turned me over to the Prime Minister left hand. I can't remember his name, the shoe man, and he told me, "Don't call back. We can call you." And I ain't called back since, and I ain't get the call yet. So that means either he don't know or he knows and he's ignoring me. And at this juncture, you're going to be the same one in another couple of months coming to Grand Bahama and asking the people to support the party that you represent. And I would hope that the Grand Bahamian business owners will treat him just the way he's treating us now, ignoring us. We have real issues in Grand Bahama. We have real problems that needs to be addressed. And I'm tired of Indians coming to hear our concerns. It's now time for the chief to come to be able to address our concerns.
well, listen, hopefully by next week when we talk, we can have an update on this, and hopefully you'll have had some correspondence or some answer back, like with details, because obviously,
But all of them got my number. All
right,
of them.
but it can't keep going like this.
They can't reach me. All of them got my number.
All right, well, you guys be safe. I appreciate your chiming in.
Naughty.
Yeah.
Naughty, can I ask for a quick favor before we sign off? I know you're so good. You usually let me promote my paper. I just want to remind you, if you pick it up today, there's a fantastic story about the Pirates reunion.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's really great, real characters.
I know Johnny Depp wouldn't have been making that return, but I'm glad the other crew did.
Yeah, no, it's all the extras, and they've been on the island as well. They all come back to support Grand Bahama. We did a lot with that film. So I think that was really a really great one. Our first show happened at the theater. It was fantastic. It was Trapped in Marriage. It was hysterical. There were people yelling out through the whole show. It was very funny. But it's great to have live theater back in the Bahamas. The team there have worked so hard. So I really want to encourage people. There are more shows coming up to the theater, so please support them. And we also did an eyesore this week. The Port Authority is really looking or working to change the laws so they can knock things down. we will not be able to get our island back up on its feet if it doesn't look beautiful. Just like you guys in Nassau are working on your downtown refurbishment all the time. We have the same thing here in Grand Bahama, and so we need this to happen for us as well.
Well, we continue to give you the platform each and every week, to get the message out there and continue to chime in. We appreciate you. The Texans appreciate you. And I always look forward to hearing from Grand Bahama on Tuesdays. And, I got a big piece of my heart in Grand Bahama. So, I definitely want to make sure, my in-laws are all taken care of. And I might get still retire down there and open up, my own comedy club one day. Put my feet up and drink some briskeys on the canal. But I got
Darren and I can hook you up.
Absolutely.
I got to take Darren out this weekend. He's going to fish fry with me. We're going to do a little dancing this week.
But we'll have some gully wash in my honor then.
We will.
All right, y'all be safe, man. Y'all keep it right where you got it. The Tuesday, March 14th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Thank you, Melvin.
Flavor alert! The Dunkin' Maple Sugar Bacon Breakfast Sandwich is the perfect blend of maple and smoked bacon in every bite. Enjoy a fluffy egg, melted Swiss cheese, and sweet caramelized maple sugar smoked bacon, all stacked on a warm, flaky croissant. Make it a combo with lightly seasoned hash browns and your favorite freshly brewed Dunkin' coffee. Tap into maple flavor today at Dunkin'. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Refined style with elegant taste. The fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video. Wanna step out and look great? Then fine style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Get your Carifta tickets. The 50th Carifta Games is coming. April 7th to April 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Online at Carifta50.com or at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, Western Grand Entrance. For more details, email tickets at Carifta50.com or call 605-4051.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you get cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we put in Bahamian's voice, guaranteed to play Island Games. We like them other jokers, we've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliance. Say at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Original or hot and spicy?
Feeling original? Think twice. Here's some precise advice. Always add the spice.
Hey, that's great. Take your time, brother. I don't want you to run too far out with your spicy self.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, mouth hard, but you still ain't got the right flavor.
Listen, just like the Colonel, I'm an original. You? There's a spicy come lately.
You think so? Original. You could never.
There's no winning flavor. They're all finger-licking good. Only at KFC Nassau.
When I got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. That's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
The Grand Bahama News is available every Tuesday in the Nassau Guardian. Buy your local paper at Freeport convenience stores, Western Bakery, DeGregory's Fine Foods, and Bellevue Gifts. Want to reach your Grand Bahama customers? Then call Barefoot Marketing at 827-4578 or message them for ad rates via their Facebook page. Advertising opportunities now include classified ads too. Keep up with all the latest Grand Bahama news in the Nassau Guardian newspaper every Tuesday.
Experience a flavor explosion with the new Italian mozzarella chicken sandwich from Dunkin', loaded with juicy chicken, marinara sauce, a generous drizzle of pesto sauce, all topped off with melted cheese and served on a warm, flaky croissant. Made to order all day long, the combo includes a bag of baked lays and a freshly brewed iced tea. Enjoy a taste of Italy in every bite. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Girl, you see how Cora eye look funny, all black up yesterday? But she say she bumped into a wall when she's running after the churn them. Yeah, but last Saturday, you see her arm was all black and blue, right? What you saying? You think something wrong between her and Jack? I ain't sure, but you know Jack is a jealous man. I hear him and Cora last Friday. I hear him say he hear Cora have eyes for Junior. Now, you know that ain't true. Cora is a good woman, does mind her business, take care of them churn, and go to church every Sunday. So what you think we should do? I think we should report Jack, you know. Cora don't say nothing, but silence hides violence, and we don't want to line up in the cemetery. Not me. I ain't getting in nobody business. Then Jack come after me and I land up next to Cora. No, man, we could call a text Crime Stopper. And remember, we can even get some grocery money for our tip. Remind me again, how does this work? We can call them in Miami at 328-TIPS or 328-8477. Or when we in the island, call toll free at 300-TIPS or 300-8477. And if you don't have no minutes, use the Crack Crime Bahamas app and we could text them and the messages get all mixed up before it leave your phone, so nobody can know what you saying. So what we waiting on then? Let's go earn some grocery money.
Do you know you can get your business cards designed and printed for as low as 18 cents a card? If it's a poster you want, you can pay as little as $6 a square foot. If your print needs are short or long run, digital printing, wide format, or print consultation, call the best. Call Print Masters. Print Masters' goal is to provide its clients with the highest level of personal, professional service at an affordable price. Our state-of-the-art technology also makes working together efficient and easy. Laminations, business cards, flyers, posters, window and floor decals are just a few of the digitized print services offered at Printmasters. Call 302-232-2361 or visit us at the Nassau Guardian Building in Oaksfield. Print with the best. Print with Printmasters.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. We are up into the 5 o'clock hour, about to talk sports. I'm going to take one call and knock off a couple of texts, and I'm going to give you a chance to win some prizes. Bit of trivia. Yeah. I was thinking, I give away all the trivia in the 4 o'clock hour. I can't do that. I got to give some of it to the sports lovers, too. So, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do it in the 4 o'clock hour. Tuesday and Thursday, we do sports in the 5 o'clock hour. All right? You know how to get your answers in. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Playing for Jokers Wild Party Passes, Dunkin' Donuts coupon, KFC coupons, all right? And remember, go to that KFC website, Facebook page, like original, support original. I seen all the texts coming through. We got like 8 original and 3 spicy. We know what run it, man. We know what run it, all right? The original style. That's what I'm talking about, all right? So here's what you're playing for. And you can text Lines Powered by BTC 422-GR96, 422-4796. All right, I'm going to hit you with your trivia. Then we get to the phone. Who is the only man to win a batting title in Major League Baseball in 3 different decades? Got to tell me who the player was and the decades he won them in. All right? You got between now and the end of the show to get your answers in. Ready, steady, go. All right, let's go to the phone line. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, Noddy. What's happening?
What's happening?
Concerned citizen, man. I ain't sure that Thanksgiving, but I even ain't gonna tell them that. But listen, Bahamians got to be the slowest electorate of people in the world, man.
Why you say that?
After the first 20 years, after Pinlingor left, and these other jokers took on Prime Minister, you mean to tell me the Bahamian people can't see these people into us after 50 years of seesaw, Marjorie-Dor, FNMPLP?
Can't see the forest for the trees.
People should be ashamed of themselves as well as the rest of the Bahamas. If a fella like Dr. Minnis could be clamoring on Cashew Rocks to get back after just not even 2 years of defeat and 4 years, I should tell the Bahamian people something, because obviously he ain't into us after that dismal performance, what he did. The only people that benefited through COVID with under Dr. Minnis was the Blue Eye Boys. They remained open while the rest of us was locked down. Brave Davis came in and showed the Bahamian people just how he feels, especially with crime and illegal immigration. He ain't checking. But he sure repealed the Sovereign Wealth Fund that would have given Bahamian people something.
Don't check for the Procurement Act. Don't check for the Procurement Act, and then didn't deliver. Repealed the Procurement Act and didn't deliver the Freedom of Information Act that he promised.
But listen, let me finish. But you can't talk of this. I know this is Sports Hour. He repealed that, but he put in the National Development Fund, answerable only to the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, nobody else.
And who developing all that?
And the committee that they appoint, he sure put an act in there that if they open their mouth about anything would go down with the billions of dollars supposed to come in from the Bahamian people carbon credits, they would do $100,000 fine or 5 years. What that telling you, Naughty?
Something just ain't right, like the Keith Sweat song say.
Now, Minnis, they don't like Pintard. The reason why the Blue Eye Boy pushing Minnis to get back there because they see that money. See, because any prime minister could be privileged.
No,
to
but
that
I don't.
money,
I hear the Blue-Eyed Boys ain't pushing Minnis.
They warn Minnis because Minnis is the face of that. They don't trust Pintard because Pintard really ain't no original Blue Eye Boy. That's why they pushing Minnis. Minnis ain't checking for no Bahamian people not this early. The Blue Eye Boys want their man. If Brave miss, then their man of business will be in to rake in the billions of dollars. Come on, Bahamians. What we should be thinking now as Bahamians after 50 years is exactly who we can vote for come next January election. Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, my brother. Be safe. All right, but y'all Texas don't play around, though. Y'all don't play around. Listen, 4 o'clock hour, y'all need to step it up. Y'all just be taking long and getting wrong answers and things, boy. This 5 o'clock hour, this sports crew, they right on the money. Texter, you just won. I need you to send me your name and your information so I could tell you how to win your prize. You won Joker's Wild Party passes, Dunkin' Donuts coupons, and KFC coupons. Yeah. But we got the right answer, too. All right, hold on. Now see, caller, look what you caused. Now the Texas done run hot. All right. My minister needs to just go away. People are tired of the incompetent authority. I tell you, bad feelings still left. I telling you. How about this one? Naughty Minister was adamant with his lockdowns and curfews, and this hurt him permanently. The press campaigned against Minister more than the PRP. They hounded him like a dog. Most of them were rewarded in the remnants of mum like a barkless dog. Brave is being questioned with kid gloves when he doesn't have his cronies speaking for him. Everyone's saying something different and finding excuses for doing so. There's only one truth. The bottom line is they are lying. And I know certain members of the media, we still got bark with our bite and bite with our bark, but I get what you're coming from, bro. I hear where you're coming from. Hey, caller, Texter, you just won, okay? And now you can say, I need something for the wife too? You better share the Dunkin' and share the KFC, or you sleep on the sofa. Don't get all fired up now, because you're way more greedier than the 4 o'clock hour. That's Pearlie or that's Peter?
It's another P. It's Peter. But
all right.
Pearlie is behind.
Is Pearlie in the building yet? All right, we waiting for Pearlie to zoom in. All right, Peter, just hang tight. I'm going to get to you in a second. Let me just knock out Today in Sports, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. And then we'll get into the home court. And we'll chop it up. I know we got the Wildcats. They'll be in studio in short order. We're talking flag football. So we'll jump to that. But real quick, let me knock out, pay some bills and knock out the sponsorship. So just put Peter, in the waiting room for a second. Let me knock this out, and then we'll jump back in with Peter and the Wildcats and Earl the Pearl, and we'll be talking football. But before we get to that, got to get into Today in Sports history. All brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Well-worth the trip out there to the 04 Shopping Plaza, Monday through Friday, great for lunch and dinner. Then on the weekend, Saturdays and Sunday, great for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Texter, I don't know why you texted me, but Tim Duncan, because Tim Duncan played basketball, not baseball. The trivia was a baseball question. You were in the wrong sport. So what you win? The Small Yellow School Bus Award. That's all you get today. Try me again tomorrow. 1960. On this day in sports history, 1960, Wilt Chamberlain of the Philadelphia Warriors scored a record 53 points in a game. Later went on to score 100 later on as a member of the 76ers. 1962, Wilt Chamberlain of the Philadelphia Warriors played every minute of a game for the 47th consecutive game. The streak ended during the Warriors' next game. 1967, the AFL and NFL held the first common draft. The two leagues merged in 1970. The first player chosen was Bubba Smith, a defensive lineman from Michigan State. Went on to play for the Colts, had an all-pro career, Hall of Fame career, and you remember him from the Police Academy movies. And, of course, the Miller Lite commercial. Tastes great, let's fill in. 1972, the Cincinnati Royals of the National Basketball Association announced Kansas City, Missouri at the end of the season. 1992, my good friend, Stacey Augmon, a.k.a. the Plastic Man, my good brethren, scored the 600,000th. Let me make sure I got that right. No, sorry, the 6 millionth point in NBA history. Plastic Man scored the 6 millionth point in NBA history. 2005, Major League Baseball gave a congressional committee about 400 pages of documents related to drug testing. It was also reported that Bud Selig would be willing to testify in hearings planned for March 17th. Quote of the day, sports quote of the day, winning is the name of the game. The more you win, the less you get fired. Pep Guidolin, the Boston Bruins coach. All right? And that's a wrap on Today in Sports History, all brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. We got Pearlie chimed in yet? All right, we'll wait on Pearlie. We got Peter. So let Peter slide on in. We got the Wildcats in yet? Peter, what's good, man?
Hey, you know those lists that everybody makes? You know, we're in an age where everything is about a list. Who's the greatest of all time? Where do you rank everybody? So a list that I just don't see in my reading of publications. Maybe it's just I'm reading the wrong publications, but where do you rank your comedians all time? Like, where does Rodney Dangerfield rank for you? I feel you're being the king of comedy for the Bahamas. You're rather uniquely qualified for this list. So what is your top 10 list?
Boy, you got to look. For me, it's generational. Because, see, you know, I look at the history of comedy, and I look at where it evolved from. And you got to look at the history of it. So with all of those comedians, you look at the eras. So you got generational time. And I would say you, off the top, you have to look at George Carlin, Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney indirectly with Richard Pryor because he wrote a lot of material for Pryor. All right? And then when you think about from that era, you also had a couple of others in that area, like Lenny Bruce in that era as well. That was very controversial and topical. And then you got what I call the 80s comedians, and everybody was big, and you had your Robin Williams, and you had your Whoopi Goldbergs, and you had your Bobcat Goldthwaits, and your Sam Kinnisons, and they were huge in their own right. And then you had like road comics that worked for years and made people laugh, like Mitch Hedberg, and finally got discovered at the end when it was too late. He passed away. And then you got eras, you know, like strongly in today's era, I would ride with Cat Williams because he's a comics comic. Mm-hmm. You look at Kevin Hart. Hey, he's likable. He's commercialized, but on that stage, it's a different thing. It's a different breed of animal. So I take all of that into consideration. And if I got to give you a top 10 off the top of my head, ooh, Lord have mercy. One.
I didn't hear Rodney Dangerfield on your list.
I can get to the list right now. You tell me give you a top 10, right?
No respect.
That's why I didn't put him on my list yet. I didn't talk about him because I would tie it right in with Rodney would like. No respect. But I go number 1, Pryor. Number 2, Colin. Number 3, number three. If I can give you a top 5, because it's hard already. Number 3, I'd have to throw Eddie Murphy in there for conversation. At least the Raw and the Delirious.
Bernie Mac.
You got to throw Bernie's in there, but maybe not top 5.
Steve Harvey.
Not even in top 10. You go with Bernie and Cedric.
DL.
Not top 10 either.
What about the fella from Netflix? What's his name? Been doing it a long time. Not a long time, but a while. I just can't remember his name. He did.
If you want to put an underrated one in there in that conversation, that if you look at career longevity and earnings and everything, you know, and humor wise, and you know, don't forget Sinbad. Sinbad is a legend in his own right.
That's correct.
So you got to.
Are you talking comedians in general? You're talking just because George Carlin should be in there, shouldn't he?
Carlin was number 2, bro. It was Pryor, Carlin, and then I started to get into my area. Like, do I go with Eddie Murphy here? Do I throw like an Adam Sandler in there, who's personally like on my list as one funny mofo, but maybe other people don't get it. So it's hard.
Dave Chappelle.
Chappelle would be in my top 5 for sure. Chappelle is another one. Cat Williams is another one.
What about Rodney? So you say Rodney Dangerfield?
Rodney is Dangerfield in my top 10 for sure.
Let me throw this name at you. Bob Hope.
Oh God, Bob Hope, the tidy whitey himself, but a legend in his own right. Give me a golf club. But anyway, we talking sports. Jerry Seinfeld. Listen, I was never a Seinfeld fan, but yes, I got to rank him up there. Hey, Texter, now you talking? See, Patrice O'Neal. Not a lot of people that jump up on Patrice O'Neal, but Patrice O'Neal was ridiculously good. Robin Harris was another one that was ridiculously good. Bebe's Kid, gone long before their time. But yeah, Patrice O'Neal, yes, man. Lord knows, Lord bless the dead. Very funny individual right there. Simone, Simone in her own right. Yeah, man. Oh, you mean Samoa?
I don't want to be a B buster, but can we talk sports?
Yes, action, Peter. And Peter, just so you know, if you want to say like local comedians, with all my track record, there was several that you know preceded me. The most popular, though, never to be forgotten, Burt Williams, 1874 to 1922. He was a Bahamian-born American entertainer, one of the preeminent entertainers of his time. Stand-up comedy, vaudeville. A lot of people don't know that. So
you ever heard of a stand-up guy called Lil Black?
No.
Okay, all right.
But might know of him as a different name or if that's a character name. But then later on, you know, other guys who preceded me that were immensely funny in their own right. You can't forget Craig Lampkin did his thing. Dr. Keith Wisdom. A lot of people don't know how brilliantly funny Dr. Keith Wisdom is.
He was funny.
You never see it.
Humor.
Yeah, Ed Fields did his thing, you know, in the early years of jokes and doing stand-up, and Ed could host and hold his own cracking jokes.
Really?
So, yeah, man. The late Vivica Watkins was brilliant in her own right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Patrice.
Which
out of Grand Bahama. Lord.
You gotta remind me of the last name.
I tried to. She did a lot of stuff with David Wallace, that crew, the acting crew.
Right, and see that's more like sketch comedy and all. I was just keeping it like straight to comedians, and no disrespect to that element at all.
But no, the iron was swell your head, but it can swell it anyway. You may not be able to get in your car. But there ain't much in this country, if any, can touch you. I think you were the premier stand-up comedian in this country. You've taken it to another level in terms of your international exposure, the artists that you know. So, I mean, credit where credit due, bro. You're the man. You're the man.
I would claim that stand-up portion and maybe satire for sure. You know what I mean? But I got to give kudos to some of these other young brothers with their videos and in their own doing their thing.
No, I'm not knocking them. But you've set the pace, and what you've done over the last 20 years.
25.
You set the pace. 25. You set the pace. So these brothers are now standing on your shoulder. Credit where credit due. You know, I don't want to swell your head because I know you can't get in the car, but, you know. Now, I'm excited. I got my 2 running backs. Oh, man, this is going to be a great day.
All right.
It's going to be a great football. I can't wait for September.
All right, let's talk local football. Wildcats in the house. And we'll talk to them. And once we finish talking to them, we'll take the break, and then we will talk all about your running backs, Pearly. All about your running backs.
I will put on my my neutral voice, because I am an Avengers fan.
And yeah, they put it on the Avengers over the beginning. Yeah.
I know. I heard. But that's all right. We're young. We're a young team. We'll be all right.
So, Peter, I know we got the guest from the Wildcats on, so I'm going to flip it to you, and let's jump in and talk local flag football, man. Take it away, Peter.
Well, we have Knowles, who is the team captain for the Wildcats, and she's also a linebacker, and she's also a hell of a football player. Jade, how are you?
I'm good. Can't complain. Hi, Naughty. Hi, Peter. Hi, other guests who unfortunately is in the Avengers fan.
What's going on, Jade? Hope all is well with you and yours.
We're good, Naughty.
And I always root for the Wildcats for one reason and one reason only. Not because you're a great football team, but I look above, and I know my boy looking down, proud of y'all, man. One time for Big Filthy. Couldn't forget Filthy.
Yes. Everything we do is for him now. Everything.
And watch my shameless connection here. The Wildcats won their opening day game, so they're undefeated, much like an NFL football team that Pearl is associated with, who also went undefeated. So hopefully the Wildcats go 6-0.
So
you like that, Earl? You like that?
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm very happy. I mean, I know they're the better team in the league right now. I'm not taking away from their talent. We'll get you next time.
Well, they actually didn't play well against the Lady Avengers. But you played, and they still won the game.
What was the score?
Peter, you didn't introduce my coach, who's also.
Oh yeah, man, Peter, come on now, you got to introduce the coach.
The one and only Spurs, my man.
That's not Spurs.
That's Big Dwight. That's a cowboy in that room, man. Put some respect on that man's name. Call him Dr. Dwight, all right? You little Chicago bear. Get it right.
Oh, of course. Dr. Dwight, the man, the myth, the legend. Of course. Dwight, how
Jade, what was the score of the game?
The score was 1-0. It went into overtime.
Yeah, I got texted just firing in. Hey, but they're getting fired up for they won 1-0, and the rivalry is brewing here.
Well, they
y'all beat my team 1. Hold on, y'all beat my team 1-0.
Yeah, and they didn't play well, and that's the thing. They still won the game. So
they didn't play well, or did the Avengers play well?
First off, actually, let me start by saying this: a win is a win.
This is true.
A win is a win.
Secondly,
A win is a win.
I can't speak on how the Avengers played. It's not our issue. It's what the Wildcats did, and we know we didn't play well.
I like this.
Yeah, but
I'm just saying.
Okay.
No, we don't feel like we played to the best of our ability, not for what we know we are capable of doing, and that was not displayed on Sunday. So that just gives us more chance to work on it more, work on it better, and we'll definitely come out and execute next time, no matter who's on the next side of us.
I got you. So did you have a good turnout on? Unfortunately, I couldn't make it Sunday. I think I'll be there this Sunday. But did you have a good turnout? And how do you feel? How do you guys feel? And Coach, you could kick in. How do you guys feel about the season going forward now?
Well, opening day, both teams looked like it was the first game of the season. Some of the clips, because I was actually not at the game, but I saw the clips. I went over all the clips, and that's one of the worst games I've seen them play, actually. And I've been coaching them for 7 years. That's one of the worst games I've seen them play. Yeah, but it's the first game of the season, and to get it out of the way. See, because when you're a championship team, you got to be able to win ugly too. You got to be able to win ugly. You got to win the good games when you
got to win ugly.
And you got to be able to win ugly.
Would you call the play that they made a lot of errors, a lot of mistakes, or was it the awkwardness of playing the young Avengers team?
No, the execution was off. Plenty penalties. Penalties. 1 step forward and 4 steps backwards the whole day. But it's days like that. You go through days like that. You got to just figure it out and find a way to win, because when faced with it again, now you have to know how to respond. So, it's out of the way. that one is in the books. So the focus now is the next game. We don't dwell on games.
I understand the rules. Yeah. How did you win 1-0?
So when you go into overtime, right? When you go into overtime now, you only get to choose between going for 1, going for 2, or going for 3. And there's only a 1 chance at it. So when you decide to go for 1, go for 2, and if you're going first, we went for 1. And then the Avengers' turn was after ours, and they chose to go for 2. They didn't get it, so we won 1-0.
So they could have gone for 1, and then you'd have to go for it again?
Well, I think in the regular season, if I'm not mistaken, the game would have died. But like if it's playoff or something, then no. We'll have to continue going until we have a winner.
Okay, that's interesting. So the Avengers said they ain't playing for the tie; they play for the win.
Correct.
They tried it.
Okay, wonderful. So, Coach, Coach, based on the penalties, you suspect that you worked on those penalties all week and worked these young ladies hard in order not to have these things Sunday coming?
Well, you should see a better version. There are a couple of little things that I would tweak. I try not to step over the head coach because I was coaching for the last couple of years. I kind of stepped back into more of a GM type role, doing things in the background. But there are a couple of things that needs to be tweaked. That's all. It's not a big overhaul or, you're trying to go back to the drawing board. It's just a couple of little things that need to be tweaked that I saw that could have really caused the game to turn in a different direction.
Gotcha.
I discussed it with the coaches, and we'll see a different team on Sunday.
I have a question for you, Coach. I saw, I think, a half of your game. There seems to be a bit of an emphasis on getting the ball out quickly. Is that something that you made a goal going into this season?
Well, it depends. It depends on the players. We have a quarterback, Tasha. Tasha is very, very good at reading defenses and audibling, even at the line, changing blocking schemes, all the rest of that stuff based on what she sees. We're trying some new things as far as offensive plays, and the pot ain't quite ready yet. We're still dropping a little seasoning in the pot. So it was, we're trying to just get the plays right. But again, you'll see as the season go on, they get more familiar with what we're trying to do, and an entirely different effort. But yeah, we have a lot of speed on all that stuff. But Tasha's excellent.
I noticed some efforts on down the field passing. You had a few one-on-one matchups on the outside, and you try to take advantage of those. Is that something that you will continue to push moving forward?
Right, because we have a lot of athletes. We have a lot of speed, and we're going to spread you out and try to take advantage of the mismatches. Something any smart coaching crew would try to do. You look at things you can take advantage of, and not try to play to our strength and try to get them to make mistakes and take advantage of mistakes.
Are you the fastest team in the league on the women's side?
Well, we don't know. We'll have to see.
You look really fast. You look really fast.
So a lot of teams have a lot of athletes, but see, a lot of times the difference is you can be fast going in the wrong direction. So you have to be fast in what you're doing. So people have speed, but then you have to know how to use that speed effectively.
So who you guys got on the lineup on the schedule for this week? Do you play this week or are you off this week?
No, we play. Yep. We have a game against the Jaguars. One of them. So it should be, they I must applaud them though. Last season they were a very new team, very young team. They stuck it out. They almost won a playoff game. I came down to the last second. They almost beat a team that ended up in the championship game. So, but they still at it, and you applaud them. So we'll see just how much improvements they've made over that time.
All right, so we're gonna keep an eye on it, and we made a commitment to support and promote the Flag Football League this year, both on the men's and women's side. So we'll look to hear from you guys next week, with some results. A couple of Texas texted and say, Naughty, I don't know what Coach Dwight talking about. That QB don't like pressure. You need to fix that.
I give him like pressure.
That's a blow.
That's just what a texter said. That's just me, just with my radio, journalism, sports broadcast.
Naughty it.
I don't know
Naughty
because
fixed that up. That probably wasn't as harsh as Naughty made it sound.
Well, the Wildcats are two starting quarterbacks team because the backup quarterback for Wildcats is pretty good too. So
So
Nutty,
yeah.
When you look at her, she don't like pressure. Tell them bring the pressure. I mean, you could bring the pressure and find out. But
And see what happens.
That's 1, 3. Back to back.
I would have something to say.
Yeah, but no, let's be honest. I mean, this is a 3-time champion working on a 4-peat, all right? Which is historic in its own right. So I know the coaching behind it. I know the legacy that they're playing for. So I always know the Wildcats will be there in the long run. They just need a few get-right moments now this week, coming up, and maybe next week. And when we talk in over the course of the season, we'll be seeing the Wildcats where they need to be as one of the preeminent teams in the league, taking nothing away from all the other teams who they're playing against. But
I just want to say something to Jade. Jade, if I had met you before I met the girls from Avengers, I probably would have been a Wildcat fan. But whenever you're not playing the Avengers, I'm going to pull hard for the Wildcats.
She's so easy to like. She's got a great personality. She's a fantastic gal.
I'm sure she does. And when I come to the game and she may woo me over and I'll be a Wildcat fan from there. Not a problem.
And Pearlie is a veritable Bobby Flay with an air fryer. All right, I just want to let you know that he's a Gordon Ramsay of the air fryer.
Yes.
It's never too late. It's never too late.
He will honey glaze everything, man. Honey glaze everything. So anyway,
I don't honey glaze everything. Actually, I need to get some of that. I do a little garlic, barbecue garlic, some different things,
Well, listen, I appreciate you, Coach, and Jada, chiming in, bringing us up to snuff on the Wildcats. You're 1-0. Yep. We'll look to hear from you next week. We got to get to the break, but Dwight, you might like this news. Stephen Gilmore is now a Dallas Cowboy for a compensatory 5th-round pick.
Oh, what? Here we go.
Business just picked up in Big D. So we'll talk about that on the flip side of the break. Ain't just the Dolphins trading for everybody and their mama. Dallas just got into the party. So we'll talk about that on the flip side of the break. Man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe. Good luck next week. And we'll talk after the game. Let's get to the break. Flip side of the break. We're going Major Leagues with, who's in and who's out. All brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. And boy, I tell you, people on the move in the NFL. It's all coming up on the flip side of the break. Keep it right where you got it.
My business couldn't survive without my credit card machine from Fidelity.
It's fast, convenient, and my clients love it.
My sales increase, and I can track my earnings.
Get your credit card machine from Fidelity today.
Call 356-7764.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Original or hot and spicy?
Feeling original? Think twice. Here's some precise advice. Always add the spice.
Hey, that's great. Take your time, brother. I don't want you to run too far out with your spicy self.
Oh, yeah? You're mouth hard, but you still ain't got the right flavor.
Listen, just like the Colonel, I'm an original. You is a spicy.
Original. You could never.
There's no winning flavor. They're all finger-licking good. Only at KFC Nassau.
Get your Carifta tickets. The 58th Carifta Games is coming. April 7th to April 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Online at Carifta50.com or at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, Western Grand Entrance. For more details, email tickets@Carifta50.com or call 605-4051.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
When faced with an illness like cancer, we band together. And we at Cleveland Clinic in Florida have your back. From advanced cancer treatments to extra safety measures at all of our locations. We're with you on this journey for every infusion and follow-up, for every step of the way, for every care in the world. Cleveland Clinic in Florida. Get the care you need when and where you need it. To learn more or connect with a local representative, visit clevelandclinic.org/Caribbean.
Talking Heads, the Tuesday, March 14th edition continues right now. We got Pearlie and Peter still chimed in, right? All right, boys. Looking at the NFL, man, we got some moves, and Stephen Gilmore is now a Dallas Cowboy, 5th round pick. He goes to the Cowboys. The Jets have signed Alan Lazard to a 4-year, $44 million deal. It is a steal, a 5th round pick for Gilmore. The Giants have acquired Darren Waller for a 3rd round pick number 100 overall. Lamar Jackson says he turned down $133 million guaranteed. The Saints are retaining Michael Thomas on a 1-year, $10 million deal. And it's official. The Raiders are now Patriots West. Jacoby Myers has joined the Raiders as well. So, a lot of moving and shaking in free agency.
They brought my 2 running backs home.
Who, Mostert and Wilson?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that means no Derrick Henry to Miami.
Probably not.
Makes sense. I mean, you can see, here's the point. The Dolphins are passing. It's a run-based offense, but the Dolphins, I think, pass more than anybody else in this style of offense. So your money is in your receiver, Hill, and you got Waddle on the other side. Money is on him, but he contributes a lot. So even if you got in Derrick Henry, he's gonna get 15 carries a game. You're a passing offense. You're heavy on you're built to pass. Your offensive linemen are pass blocking offensive linemen. So it just makes more sense. You just need running backs there to keep the defense honest, and y'all are fine. And the Jets, I don't know what's going on. If they sign all these players that Rodgers wants, won't have any cap space to sign Rodgers. The whole thing doesn't make any sense. I don't know. It just seems like a mess. The Bills lost their best defensive player to the Bears. They have no cap space. They still can't run the football. I don't know what they're going to do. I say that to say that it looks like Miami wins the AFC East this year. That's what it's shaping up to be.
Let's play the game. We also picked up David Long from the Titans, outside linebacker.
Who, you or them? You or the Bills?
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins, yeah. He's if I remember right, he's pretty good. He's a sure tackler. I don't remember him missing any tackles when I watched the Titans play.
He's a sure tackler.
And I mean, the offense is fine, right? So let's take a look at the defense. You got 2 shutdown corners, which means you can cheat the strong safety up and blitz more than you normally would because you've got 2 shutdown corners on the outside. So that covers up a lot of problems with the defensive line because you're able to blitz as much. Plus, you still got Bradley Chubb. He's a baller. So, and you got Vic Fangio, who was the best disguised defensive coordinator in the league. He is amazing in what he does. So, if the Dolphins make the wild card, for me, that will be a disappointment. I expect the Dolphins to win the AFC East just with all the talent and on the coaching staff and with the offensive genius you got and the defensive genius you got now. So, hey, I mean, we haven't even gotten to the draft yet. You get to the draft. What are the biggest holes you
we signed running back. We need offensive lineman. We're going to need a tight end because we're going to lose Gesicki. And we trade Hunter Long. Not that it is much. Linebacker still. Probably
you get
tight end, offensive lineman.
Okay, but is Gesicki gone? I think the market that he's expecting hasn't materialized, so maybe you bring him
now. Listen, let me tell you something. In addition to Mike, talking to Mike Gesicki, I've heard Mike Gesicki might be an option in Dallas if Dalton Schultz departs.
I heard that too.
Makes sense. It makes sense. Gesicki was expecting a bigger market, and it's just not there. I mean, he's a good big body tight end, big catch radius, but he's what 6'5", 6'6", 255.
Well, they stay away from him. The same situation they had with was it Graham? Then they're not sure that he's going to declare a wide receiver later to make more money.
All right, little update for you. In addition to Stephon Gilmore now being a Cowboy via the trade with the Colts with a 5th round pick, the Cowboys have re-signed Donovan Wilson, a safety, 3 years, $24 million. So they keep the secondary intact. They're also as we speak. So here's some other news breaking. The Eagles are re-signing cornerback James Bradbury to a 3-year, $38 million deal that includes $20 million fully guaranteed. Looks like Slay is going to be out of there via the trade. The Raiders have signed another expatriate, former Texans wide receiver Philip Dorsett from the U. He's now a Raider. The Broncos are signing former Bengals running back Samaje Perine to a 2-year, $7.5 million deal. So there you have it. That's some more moving and shaking throughout the league.
Okay.
So I think teams are now trying to get right. I mean, they're trying to add pieces, and unlike in past off seasons, some teams like to stand pat and wait, like the Cowboys. To see them make moves like they did today, I'm shocked. I haven't seen them done stuff like that in years. So, Peter, what's on the Bears' radar?
Peter's gone?
I think we lost Peter. Huh? He's muted. Peter's muted. Peter's muted.
Where'd I go? Oh.
All right. So
the Bears signed, I think, Walker from the Titans. He projects as a Charles Haley type. He can play 3 technique. He can also play defensive end. So he's a rotational player. He'll be in on the dime packages as a 3 technique D tackle. He'll be a rotational piece on the base defense to stop the run. He's going to be. We can't play D tackle on the run base sets. The Bears signed the 2 best coverage linebackers in the NFL, Edmonds from Buffalo and the linebacker from the Eagles. I forget his name. So they're pretty good. We're waiting. I was hoping the Bears signed the left tackle from the Chiefs, but that hasn't happened. So he wants a whole lot of money. He wants $25 million a year, but if the Bears sign him, that solidifies the entire offensive line. But he wants a lot of money. Orlando Brown wants a whole lot of money. $25 million a year is a lot. He's only 26. So if it was up to me, I'd say just bite the pill and give it to him. Just give him the money. 6-year deal, 7-year deal, $25 million. And then you don't have to worry about the offensive line for the next 6 years. And I'm not a GM like Earl points out. We're not paid to do that. The Bears got the 3 receivers they need. DJ Moore is $20 million this year against the cap, but he's $16 million in the next 2 years. So it means they can afford to extend Claypool and Mooney. So they're going to be okay. They're trying to sign David Montgomery. I think there's interest in David Montgomery in Dallas and also in Miami. He's only going to cost $7 million a year. So you give him a 4-year deal, $24 million. He should take it. We don't know. My focus actually isn't as much on the Bears as it is on a Lamar Jackson situation, which is I can't remember a league MVP, especially the quarterback position. And it's just such a messy deal. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I don't know of any offers. I haven't seen any offers from any teams to get him. I don't know what's going to happen. If I were the Jets, I would have gone after him instead of Rodgers because he's 26. Rodgers is north of 36.
Yeah, I think some things going to happen in New York. Lazard signed to the Jets. Rodgers looked like he's on his way there now. That's starting to give him what he asked for. So it looks like that may happen, though.
Naughty. What do and Earl, I just get the feeling that Rodgers just likes being the smartest guy in the room.
And getting all the attention.
If he's going to go through all this, he's going to go to the Jets, and then he retires in 2024.
Well, that's Aaron Rodgers.
What I'm hearing is that was the perceived move that he'll go play 1 more year in New York and let Wilson develop. But it looks like they're going to try to get him for 2 more years. apparently the Jets and the Packers have already worked out what the deal is going to be. It's just about Rodgers saying, hey, let's go.
So
what is Wilson going to develop into? I'm so curious.
Say that again?
Wilson going to develop into another failed quarterback in New York because Aaron Rodgers puts nothing into his backup.
Peter,
so
I didn't say I believe that. I'm just saying it's what they're saying. Yeah, and he's not going to learn anything from Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is not going to teach him anything.
Well,
this may be mean, but Wilson is Nate Peterman 2.0.
Boom. Thank you, Peter. You're right on the money with that. And my producer's giving us the signs right now, so we got to get to the break. And the final 10 today we got from the NFL Network, the latest updates in all of the NFL free agency and trades. But before we get out of here, I got to remind you, March Madness Perfect. Did you fill out yours yet? Every perfect sheet gets 100,000. All right?
I'm afraid of that the West. Oh man, I don't know. I'm thinking.
Best brackets with the most winning picks here are $1,000 pool. Sign up with the Island Game at their Wolf Road location to receive a $10 bonus. It's open most days till at least 6 p.m. and at least till 2 p.m. on Sundays. All right. For more information, check out theislandgame.com. Great contributions today from both of you. Appreciate it. We'll talk again tomorrow. Quick break, flip side of the break. NFL Network taking us home. Y'all be safe. Enjoy your Tuesday night. Lots of NBA on the TV, man. Go love yourself, fellas.
Good stuff.
Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads. Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Experience a flavor explosion with the new Italian mozzarella chicken sandwich from Dunkin'. Loaded with juicy chicken, marinara sauce, a generous drizzle of pesto sauce, all topped off with melted cheese and served on a warm, flaky croissant. Made to order all day long, the Dunkin' Italian mozzarella chicken sandwich combo includes a bag of baked lays and a freshly brewed iced tea. Enjoy a taste of Italy in every bite. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. It's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Get your Carifta tickets. The 50 Games is coming. April 7th to April 10th. Tickets are on sale now. Online at Carifta50.com or at the Thomas A. Robinson National Stadium, Western Grand Entrance. For more details, email tickets@Carifta50.com or call 605-4051.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
For the Dallas Cowboys, Tom Pelissero, tell me about it.
That's right, a splash for the Dallas Cowboys, who are acquiring 5-time Pro Bowl.
Tom, microphone.
There it is.
It's okay. It's okay.
I remember Garofalo did this when he broke the Odell Beckham trade
hold on.
years ago. I always said that was the dumbest thing I've ever seen on TV.
Take a breath. Take a breath.
Now this is it. Here we go.
You
reset.
Take two. 3,
nail this
2,
for the gram.
1.
That's right, Andrew. The Cowboys making a big splash today, acquiring 5-time Pro Bowl cornerback Stephon Gilmore from the Indianapolis Colts in exchange for a 2023 fifth-round compensatory draft pick. Gilmore still playing at a high level at this point in his career. Of course, a former Defensive Player of the Year, a guy who quite possibly is going to be enshrined in Canton one day as one of the greatest cornerbacks of all time. He now heads to a Dallas team that, of course, has Trayvon Diggs at the other cornerback spot. They just got back Donovan Wilson. They are putting some resources here into that defense, trying to balance things out there. Of course, got one of the best coordinators in Dan Quinn as well. So Stephon Gilmore, who, of course, made his name in New England. He had a brief stint in Carolina coming off an injury. Last year looked a lot like the same Stephon Gilmore that he has been. The Colts going into a little bit different phase here. I would anticipate there could be a new contract out of this for Stephon Gilmore as well. Stephon Gilmore now a Dallas Cowboy.
Ooh. Yeah, just a massive trade for the Cowboys. And, of course, Cowboys fans have been wondering, really, for the last 24 hours or more, where's all the free agent signings? Well, if you make a massive trade like the Cowboys just made, you don't need free agent signings. They just got Stephon Gilmore. And this has been a fascinating journey for Gilmore. Remember, of course, left the Patriots, went to the Carolina Panthers, was certainly up and down. Knee kind of didn't really feel right. Then had knee surgery before last season. A lot of people don't know that. Had knee surgery before last season. Bang, he was out there for the Colts and looked like his old self. Played excellent despite being older than 30 years old. And now the Cowboys swoop in, get Stephon Gilmore as the Colts go through a little bit of a reboot there. A big time addition for the Dallas Cowboys in their defensive backfield.
Okay, social department, use take 2 on that, please, if we could. Just make a note of that. Garofalo, what do you got?
Something tells me take 1's going to end up somewhere here.
Is this thing on? Hey, Tom, that's the dumbest thing I ever saw on TV.
That was like 4 years ago.
Now.
Good break, though. That was a good break.
Oh, man. Well, now we've topped it, Mike. We've officially topped it. Take 3, Stephon Gilmore to the Dallas Cowboys. We've had some big trades today.
We still got a lot of time
to the Giants, Shaq Mason to the Texans. Now Stephon Gilmore to the Cowboys. Free agent frenzy, never more frenzied than it is right now, and that includes right here in this office where I've spent like 48 hours straight.
You guys have officially broken. Thank you. This is Odell Beckham Jr. He did win a Super Bowl 56, and he won the workout for what it's worth. He worked out over the weekend for 13 teams in Arizona. That one
back out, and then
what does that tell you?
That tells me he's fine.
Okay.
And I saw, and you saw Odell Beckham without with a bad knee.
Mm-hmm. That knee gave out.
Yeah.
Second quarter.
With a good knee, I'm excited.
All right. Well, would the Cowboys be interested? Hi there, Jane Slater. You know Jerry Jones loves him. Some Odell Beckham Jr. mentioned it in Indianapolis. Noah Brown just left. Just saying.
I love that Jerry Jones even mentioned how much he loved doing an interview with Odell Beckham's mother. So he's done his due diligence, I guess. 30-year-old wide receiver, I guess that stuff is important at this point. The number is going to be what's prohibitive, Ian, and we just keep talking about that as we start talking about the options the Cowboys have at wide receiver. Looks like the Jets might have a couple they might want to talk about. I remember in Dallas when they used to have a wealth of experience in that room as well. Remember that season when they had 3 1,000-yard receivers? That hasn't been the case. And Noah Brown, of course, headed to the Texans after learning about that one today. That leaves them with Simi Fioco and Jalen Tolbert behind Michael Gallup and CeeDee Lamb. So they absolutely need to go out there and find themselves a veteran presence. I don't know if it's going to be someone like OBJ or if they might go back to someone like T.Y. Hilton, who it's my understanding loved his time in Dallas. And I know that his agents caught up with the Jones family when they were in Indianapolis. But that is an area that they didn't address last season. It sort of bit them. So we'll see if they address that through free agency. I just haven't heard a lot of names so far. Earlier this week, I told you Adam Thielen was someone that they had been kicking the tires on, but nothing of significance to mention there. And then in terms of, we heard the Broncos were possibly interested in doing something with Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton, who of course went to SMU. Nothing worth mentioning there as well. The Cowboys have been known to surprise us, as they did with the Amari Cooper situation a couple of years back. But I just got nothing to report as it relates to a wide receiver or a big name that they've gone after. Doesn't mean they're not doing it. I remember a couple of years ago, Sammy Watkins, someone they were very high on. Sammy Watkins just ultimately didn't want to come to Dallas. And then they also tried to go after Brandon Cooks recently, and that compensation was just too high.
Yeah, the Sammy Watkins thing is one, I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of people have forgotten. He went to Kansas City. The Cowboys offered a very, very, very good deal. He ended up instead with the Chiefs.
Yep.
Thank you, Jane Slater, live there with the latest on the Cowboys.
Awesome. All right, let's celebrate this right now. Little mezcal, little Fosforo. You know, we got two kinds right here, Kels.
All righty.
We're going to celebrate.
Which one's this one?
This is the panka.
Gee, that is a that's mine?
Yeah. we're doing it by body type. We're doing it by body. And here's my 119 pound. Nah. This is my weight class.
Oh my goodness.
And next year in Vegas, baby. Vegas, baby. We got a long way to go.
Let's go.
Jason Kelsey, Howie Roseman, Mezcal here. When Jason Kelsey, hi there, Judy Batista, told him that he would come back for a 13th season. So that's good. Yes. The other side of it is the Eagles are losing a lot of free agents here in the last 24 hours. They just did get Rashad Penny, Ian said. Miles Sanders tweeting goodbye Philadelphia. So kind of a lot of movement here.
Yeah, and not surprising. They have a lot of free agents. They have to get ready to pay a quarterback. Howie Roseman himself said it at the Combine that they were not going to be able to keep everybody. That this is one of the top defenses in the league. We knew it was going to get picked apart, and it is getting picked apart. At least yesterday, it has slowed down today. But the big ones yesterday, of course, were Hargrave and Edwards going. Epps also gone. So they lost some key pieces, and they still have some others who are free agents. I mean, Fletcher Cox is still out there. James Bradbury still out there. So it is possible that they lose more. The one person that the good news is that Brandon Graham is coming back. Beloved Brandon Graham is coming back for at least one more season. So they at least have two pillars of the Eagles. And of course, Lane Johnson is still there. The fourth pillar would be Fletcher Cox, and we will see. He is a free agent. We'll see what happens with his market. But there's no question the Eagles have suffered some losses. We know Howie Roseman is a master roster builder. So we will see how they fill in as time goes by.
All right, we have three playoff teams in the NFC East. We hit the Giants. We hit the Eagles. What about we hit the Cowboys and the Eagles. Now, Judy, let's do the Giants here because they made a pretty big move today. Pick 100 for Darren Waller. They still probably could use a wide receiver, but Darren Waller helps.
It helps a lot, and I think it removes some of the urgency.